Clever 1972 here. Of course, you know me as Brian. Anyways, you may have noticed for quite some time that I haven't been streaming. I haven't. I don't think I put a lot of videos up. So let me try and condense this as much as possible so that I'm not going on forever. But like one of the issues was there's a there's a streaming service that I subscribe to called Shudder. It's a horror movie and TV and documentary streaming channel. Um, but one of the main reasons I have it is for this critic named Joe Bob Briggs, and he has a show called Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive-In Show. Um, but due to the past 2023 and a little 2022, I never. I caught like bits and pieces. Sometimes they had the TV on when the show was on. You know, it was premiering when he premiered a show on a Friday, but I wouldn't watch all the way through, or I didn't watch most of the other ones, hardly any of them, and so I wanted to catch up with him. And in the video where I said I'd be back, I said I made a mistake as far as saying what was available as far as Joe Bob's show goes or not, and that was I said like season 2, season 3, season 4 that they were all gone, or I worked off the end of season 4 and then all the way through season 5. But there was season 1, 2, and 3, and 4. They were still there, but but there some of the movies were not there. So yes, some of the movies were pulled, like I said, but not all of them. And they did have seasons 1, 2, and 3, and season 4, which I finished, and season 5, which I went all the way through. However, like with season 5, they pulled a few movies. They pulled the movie called Zombie. But no, I watched a movie called Zombie. I'm sorry, The Beyond. I think it was a Lucio Fulci night on the last drive-in show, starting the season 5. So they showed Zombie, but they didn't show the second feature on the show, which was The Beyond. So I got it on my computer, so maybe I'll watch it one of these days. I don't know when. But anyways, that's digressing. So it was about 28 movies. That, and then, he had a specials. He had a Valentine's Day special, a Christmas special, a Halloween special. And, I missed like the last 2 Halloweens, the last 2 Christmases, and the last Valentine's Day one. Well, I caught the end of the Valentine's Day one when it was on, but I wanted to watch it in the context of the whole show, so I did, and so I finished all of that, and then the next upcoming show was this past Friday. So he premieres the show when he puts a show up on Shudder. He has it premiere on a Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, and then you can watch it streaming anytime starting on Sunday. So I watched it on Sunday. I watched the 2 films he put up on there, which were Freeway with Reese Witherspoon and Vamp with Grace Jones. So it was like 28 films, and then those 2 films I just watched Sunday. So yeah, so it took me a while, and yeah. And I did put up a song maybe a few days ago or so called Be Still My Bleeding Heart. I worked on it a while back, but the sound levels weren't great. They were a little distorted, so I fixed that. I think what I didn't have was a feedback protection on. So I fixed that and put it up, because I thought it was appropriate for Valentine's Day. And I have the long version. But I also have the short version, so it's formatted to be played on. It was already played on Thomas Christ's show, his show, and then it's going to be played on Metalhead Hippie show this Friday. So yeah. So anyways, have I got everything? Oh, and another thing is I wasn't feeling well for a few days. Not this week. I don't think the previous week was the week before. I think I had a cold. I didn't stay. I stayed home from work about a few days, and I still don't. I still didn't feel quite good at the week after the week during the remainder of the week, and even the week after that. So um, I didn't go back to streaming right away, and I wanted to make a dent into my movie collection, and I'm still going to try and do that. So I was watching some movies that I own, you know. Um, so yeah. So, anyways, so this is an announcement for an upcoming stream, and so I'm gonna move the stream to another day. I'm gonna move it to Saturday. I used to stream. Um, who knows? We'll test this out and see how it goes. But I was streaming on Sundays starting around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time. I said around because I didn't know. Like I didn't know if it started 6:15, 6:30, 6:20, 7:05, 7:40. So I somewhere in there. But I'm gonna change it up. I'm going Saturdays. I know I'm probably going to be stepping on somebody's feet, but what can I do? The reason why, and the time will be 8 p.m. Eastern time to 10 p.m. Eastern time. So somewhere within that time frame. So I might, for all I know, I might start at 8:30. I don't think I'll start at 7. Um, but I don't know when to when to start the show, because the stream, because when I did it on Sunday, I started like 6:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, and now I guess Jeff has moved. Metalhead Hippie has moved his Sunday show to 8 p.m. Eastern time rather than 9. So I don't want to conflict with his show. But I think I'll be conflicting with some people's shows on Saturday. But I think, well, I don't know. Everybody is streaming at the same time, so I don't think it matters too much. But so I'm going to aim for about 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And instead of saying about 6 or about 7, it's somewhere within. Now I'm going to say this. I'm going to say somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m. Saturday Eastern time. That's what I'm going to be on. I'm going to finish around or before 10 p.m. because I live in an apartment complex and I don't want to wake my neighbors up or anything like that. So yeah, so that finishes at around 8 to 10 p.m. Saturday Eastern time. The February I'm just thinking in my head here. The 17th, yes, February 17th, Saturday. So you'll see me then, starting around 8 p.m. and ending at 10 p.m. Okay, thanks for watching, and I won't keep you any further. Bye now.
This is a top to what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's 1 louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes, be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. 1 louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.